So this is my ID right here. And then my audience. Shoot, how do I flip the camera? Oh, shoot. Trying to show the. Okay, why is it? Yeah, that's my audience all there. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so in the dictionary, the word change is defined as to make or become different. And things change all the time, whether it's your car changing speed or the stock market rising or dropping and so on. And thing is with change is that it's mostly mathematical. For example, if you were to drop a penny from the top of the skyscraper, that penny would rapidly increase speed during its descent all the way until it hit the ground. There used to be a myth with this that the penny, if dropped from the skyscraper, if it hit someone on its way down, it would kill them. Although this was debunked, it does not change the fact that the penny still rapidly changes speed. Today, I'm going to explain what calculus is, how it originated, and how it can be applied to everyday life. Calculus is a mathematical study and one that utilizes a very simple and basic concept which can be applied to numerous things in our lives. And the three main points I will be discussing are what it is, how and why it was created, and how it applies to our own lives. So the first point I'm going to be discussing is what calculus is, because in order to know why it was created or how it applies to our lives, you need to know what it is first. So calculus is the study of change, and the main focus of calculus is finding the speed or rate of change at a certain instant of anything. So for example, I have like a ball here. One way of calculus is what's going to happen is as I drop this ball, finding speed as it goes down, like say at this instant right here, as it's dropping, I have to know what its speed is. And so the rate of change is how fast something changes per time at a specific interval. And an example of this would be a car is moving at 55 miles per hour. So you know that the car is going 55 miles in an hour, so that would be the rate of change. The three main things calculus deals with are velocity, acceleration, and speed. So all these terms are related because in order to know the acceleration of something, you first need to know its velocity, which is the speed of something in a certain direction. And speed is related because it's the same thing as velocity, it's just represented differently. Now that we understand what calculus is, it's time to find out how and why it was created. So calculus was invented in the late 17th century by Isaac Newton. Although he is not very well known for this because he is definitely more known for him developing the laws of motion and gravitation. And the reason that he was able to develop calculus so easy is because as he was working on laws of motion and gravitation and dealing with planets, he used a lot of different math concepts that are easily applied to calculus. And the way he discovered calculus was when he was trying to describe how an object falls. He realized there was no mathematical process used to describe the object at any moment in time. So since he had already been using calculus before he even invented it, because he was describing gravity and planets, all he needed to do was write the concepts down and prove them. And although it was created late in the 17th century, it hasn't become the way it is today until just about now, because there have been many revisions along the past 300 years that have made it a lot easier, because Isaac Newton was a genius and calculus was something that only geniuses could understand. Now today it is taught as a high school and even a college class, so it has become a lot easier to understand. Some people may wonder how something created 300 years ago or something that's just a stupid math concept can apply to our lives today. And to that I would say that calculus is very useful in many jobs and is also something that can apply to many different things in life. First of all, calculus is important in many jobs, including software developers and also economists. So economists and actuaries, are people that are always looking at the economy and calculating risks. And basically what they do is they sell their opinions to buyers who are not as financially educated, and they basically tell them the certain risks of investing in certain things. And calculus applies to that because they need to know the way that the economy is always changing by using the instant rates of change. Software developers use it in order to help them understand even more difficult concepts like discrete mathematics, because both of them utilize the concepts in calculus known as limits. And the other thing, calculus can be seen just about anywhere in the world. So a few examples of this would be cars moving, people skydiving, a ball being dropped, and many more. For example, a car moving across the highway, it's going to have an average of 55 miles per hour, but in order to do that, you're going to have to go above and below that 55 miles per hour. And let's say this car is to come in impact with another car. Calculus would be applied knowing the exact speed that the car was hitting upon impact of the car to assess the damages. In conclusion, today you've learned what calculus is, why it was made, and how it can apply to your life more than just passing a math class in high school or college. Remember that this is the study of change, and since everything is constantly changing, from the economy to the environment to technology, so if everything is changing, wouldn't calculus be more important than just a dumb math class in high school or college?